Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Tara with Mayhem Crafty Cards. So the other day I posted a video with some backgrounds that I had made using the Distress Oxide sprays. And I did have one other one that I used, and it was just the alcohol ink, which is this guy right here. So I thought today I'd show you what I do with some of my backgrounds. And I knew if I didn't do it soon that I would set them aside and I'd probably forget about them. So I went ahead and picked out 4 different ways to do my stamps, or do my backgrounds. So this has got to be one of my favorite ones because I put that glitter ink inside a spray bottle. And now I'm able to just spray it. So it gives that really nice shine, or glitter I should say. Gives it a real nice glittery background. But it doesn't like take away from the background that I have. So we'll get started with this one. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my Misty, and remember this is watercolor paper, so I will probably stamp it 2 or 3 times just because, you know, it's thick. So the problem's going to be, this is the stamp that I'm using. It says be a pop of color in a black and white world. I thought that was completely perfect for this background. The only thing is I can't see through it, so I got to make sure that everything stays in its spot and doesn't move. So I'm actually going to grab another magnet and put it down the bottom because I think I want to put this guy front and center, right in the middle. And I'm going to stamp it in, what am I going to use? I think I'm going to use my ink on 3, the blackout ink. So I'm just going to steal my magnet from my regular size Misty and put him at the bottom. That way it's not going to hopefully shift when I stamp this, because this is one of my favorite backgrounds. Except for when you stamp with the rubber stamps, or with the red rubber, you have got to make sure that you take the little piece of foam out of your Misty. So let's do this again. So hopefully now it's going to be like super stable. So I'm just going to place him in the middle, make sure my background is, you know, flush against the side. I'm going to pick it up. Oh, I'm so nervous. And I'm going to grab my blackout ink on 3, or ink on 3 blackout. And this is like my all-time favorite black. I can't get enough of it. So with this stamp, I have a feeling that I may have to stamp it more than once, but I'm really hoping not because I don't want it to shift or move. I'll be so sad. Not that I couldn't make another one, but okay, let's hope that this stamps. I'm gonna really give it some pressure here and hope that it stamps all in one shot. So you may hear my son in the background. He's playing, he's gaming. Okay, so I am gonna have to stamp it one more time, which is fine because nothing moved. I was a little terrified that it was going to move on me. But with it being watercolor paper, I kind of anticipated it having to be stamped more than once. And I'm gonna try to keep this video not super long. All right, here we go again. Oh, okay. I know it sounds silly, but it's, you know, once you do backgrounds like this, it's really hard to duplicate some of these patterns. Okay, I'm gonna go for one more, and I probably shouldn't, but we're gonna do it. Okay, hold your breath time. I always get afraid that they're gonna like flop off. I've had that happen before where they just completely come off the front of the Misty and it smudges everything. And that's the time where I have to kind of step away for a minute, take a breather, because you put so much hard work into these. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So, because if I try to stamp it one more time, I feel like I'm going to just ruin it. And that is not what I want to do right now. So, let me, oh man, these magnets are so strong. Okay, so here's that one. And this guy, what I'm gonna do is just mount him right on my card base. And I'm trying to keep them, you know, as flat as possible so I can mail them. The post office is getting pretty finicky about putting too thick of cards in the envelopes. So I'm gonna try to keep these, you know, pretty flat. So I'm gonna peel this guy off and set him to the side so I can get him cleaned. And we're gonna move on to the next one. And this one I'm not going to need both magnets. So this was the alcohol ink background that I had done. And I really liked how this turned out. I even did some of the glitter ink on this one. And I'm just gonna use this stamp that says Fabulous. And he's going to go right in the center. And I did cut this one down, I took a smidge off the top and the sides, just because I wanted to mount him on him, like I name all my stuff, some black cardstock. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to use the ink on 3, just because they're so colorful. Like, I don't want to take away from that background. And I like this one because you'll be able to see through it. So let's give this bad boy a try. That flip always makes me nervous, I swear. And I feel like I probably should have used my StazOn for this one, but we'll see. Yep, gonna have to use the StazOn, but you know what? I almost kind of really like it. I think I'm just gonna leave it like that and add a couple embellishments to this one. So what do you guys think? Do you think I should have used the StazOn, or do you kind of like that grungy looking Fabulous? So the next one I'm going to do, let me get this guy out of the way. Here's another one that I did with a stencil. And I used, I believe, no, which one did I use? I think I used Twisted Citron and Wild Honey. I believe those are the two that I used. And I'm going to take this guy off so I can get him cleaned as well. I always set them to the side so I can get them, so I can clean them. Because if I set them anywhere else, I'll forget. The Simon Says stamp, Follow the Rainbows. I'm going to take this girl. And I'm going to just place her in the middle of my card. Because like I said, I don't want to take away from the background, but I also don't want to leave it plain either. Let me grab the other magnet. Because again, this is watercolor paper. The last one was alcohol. It was Yupo. And I'm going to have to do this differently. Okay, so that should work. But I want to keep it so you can see the backgrounds. Oh my gosh, I'm already at 8 minutes. Okay, that's okay. It might be a little longer. And again, the same ink on 3. Ooh, sorry, shaky camera. And this one I shouldn't have to do that many times because I just kind of want a faint outline of it. So that is perfect. You can still see the stamped image and you can still see the background through it. And it doesn't, neither one take away from each other. So I really like doing my backgrounds this way. Sorry, my dog is after something. So this one I'm just going to go ahead and fold because the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to use a die cut. And this one was used with the Gina K stamp set. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. I gotta let... Okay, so I had to let my dog out. He was losing his mind. I used the Trinity Stamps XO and Love Die. And what I did was I cut it out once using an alcohol background that I did. And then I cut it again using black cardstock. Because I felt like if I used both the outline and the letter with the alcohol paper, it kind of got lost. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put this together. And like I said, I just used Love. And I'm going to put it down the side. And I'm going to glue down my very thin little letters. And then I will be back and show you the card. Now my O came out a little wonky, and that's okay. Because they're handmade cards. They don't have to be perfect. So what I would do then is, you know, I like to mat everything. Ooh, almost touched it. I really like how that came out. I just, I will mat it to black cardstock. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I just want to show you what I did, what, you know, my plans were for these backgrounds. And yeah, leave me a comment on what you guys do with your backgrounds. Do you kind of put them back, or do you just, do you make something right away? Like these ones I made yesterday, so I want to make sure I did something with them today. So thank you guys so much for watching and all the support. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.